This is the plaintiff, Michael DiMatteo. He says he hired the inept defendant to repair a leak in his roof, and the hack botched the job. That's right, his roof still leaks. The defendant stopped taking his calls, and now his ceiling is destroyed, and it's all the defendant's fault. He's suing a louse here and now for the $1,775. He's now out. This is the defendant, Dean Williams. He says he fixed an ice barrier on the plaintiff's house by removing the siding. This guy's beef is with the people who did his roof, not him. He did everything he was hired to do. The plaintiff's a hothead who's trying to pin the blame on him, but he's got the wrong guy here today in court. That's for sure. He's accused of failing to plug a leak.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff hired the defendant to fix a leak in his room and says he did a bad job. But the defendant says he did the job. It's the case of taking a bad leak.
Michael DiMatteo, you are suing Dean Williams and his roofing company, which you've requested not to mention by name, and we will respect that, for $1,775 for the repair of the leak and a new ceiling, which you say is as a result of his faulty work. Tell me what happened.
Well, my ceiling in the sunroom was leaking.
Okay, describe your sunroom to me.
It's 9 by 12, and it's off of the living room.
All right, what kind of roofing do you have on top?
Normal roofing.
No, that is not normal. What kind of roofing does he have?
He has asphalt shingles.
Asphalt shingle.
Asphalt.
Okay, and the leak was right in the center?
No, it was on the edge where the roof of the sunroof hit the main house. That's where the leak was.
Okay, so it's right where the juncture is. All right, so you call him and he comes, and what is it you see and what is it you do?
He shows me the inside of the house and shows me where it was leaking. I propose to take off the couple rows of siding above the roof.
Okay.
And put an ice and water barrier over top of the flashing of the roof.
So what you put the water barrier on would be this part here.
Yep.
And then would any of it be this part here where the flashing is?
No, just
is flashing the right word for this part, the joint?
Yeah.
So he does this on what day?
December 18th.
All right, and when do you first have an inkling that it didn't work or that something?
Well, the first rainstorm that we had light rain sometime in December, after the 25th. I had a slight drip.
So did you call him?
I called him.
All right.
He said he'd come out and take a look at it and see what he could do.
When did you call him?
First week in January.
Do you have a record of calling him?
No, I don't.
So when you call him in the beginning of January, you
Right.
do you connect with him, and he says he'll come out and look at it. Does
Correct.
he?
He doesn't come out.
All right, and what happens
Well,
for you?
I have no idea. I left him a number of messages because, if you recall, during that time frame, we had a lot potential for a lot of heavy rain. So I left.
I don't recall because I live in Miami, Florida.
Right. I'll tell you.
However, we also had a lot of rain.
Right.
Go ahead.
He finally gets back to me because I don't want to say I threatened him, but I said, you know, we got heavy rain coming, and if you can't fix it, let me know.
Right, that's not a threat. What did you threaten? I'll take you to court? I know what a threat sounds like.
Well,
just say
I
it.
told him, I said, look, either get the job done. If not, I hire somebody else, excuse me, and I'll take you to small claims.
Okay.
Basically, he never shows up. And we've had another heavy rain, and the roof, the ceiling now is starting to give a little. You see it, and we have pictures. We're
And by
expecting
now
more,
it's when?
Near February, end of January, early part of February.
Okay, what am I
So
looking
now-
at here? That's the damaged drywall, but that's also damage from before, right? You didn't have the drywall
Right.
fixed.
No, but
Correct? Am I correct?
correct.
Right.
And you could see the bucket there. And you could see the date was after he did the job.
Clearly. Okay. Did he
Actu-
ever come back, by the way?
No,
Okay.
never.
Did you talk to him or call him, or you got sick of it?
We had a discussion. I'm not fixing it. Go see the guy who put the original roof on. I said, listen, don't bother. I'm going to hire someone else, and I'll see you in court. And that's the last time we
Okay.
spoke.
Did you hire someone else?
No.
Why not?
I got sick of it. I went out on the roof and did it.
Why don't you get sick a little sooner?
Well, you know what?
What do you
I
mean?
don't know about
If you have the capacity and the know-how
I
to do it, why didn't you just do it?
I have the capacity to do major work. But at my age, my wife doesn't like me getting up on roofs.
Oh,
Matter
she
of
must
fact,
like you.
But let me tell you something.
I can't wait to get my husband to go up and put Christmas
Right.
lights on. And
But you know what, Judge? I was on the roof doing the work. Basically, it took me 2 hours. There was a section he missed under the window. And that's where I re-corked it or whatever you want to do.
what did you really do? Just caulk?
I put flashing up.
Where
new
did you? Show
flashing.
me pictures of what you did. Do you have it?
No. All I know
Why
is
are you
that
suing for an additional $1,455?
because the ceiling, I figured I'd get the material, and that was for the material only, and I do the ceiling.
Hold on 1 second. On the theory that what? Your ceiling was additionally damaged thanks to his negligent repair.
Correct.
So show me a picture of the difference in damage that is worth $1,455.
Well, let me explain it to you.
No, don't explain anything else. You've explained
Okay?
it to me.
Let
Show me the picture.
Let me
Prove it. That's the
Judge,
part you gotta
who takes
prove.
pictures before they hire somebody to do work? You anticipate that the individual is going to do the job right. Well, you're a judge.
Maybe that's why.
I trust people.
I actually, you know what I am? I'm the daughter of George Million. That's what I
Wow.
am. I was born distrusting everyone. So he says he smacked a bunch of caulking and solved his problem.
I didn't see the problem. What we did was what I thought was what the problem was.
Well, how about like this
why
part?
don't you go
where
out and fix it?
You better find your off button and press it. I mean it. Why don't, when you have a client who's telling you over and over again and hawking you and calling you and telling you, why aren't you responding?
I am responding. I have phone records here to show that I called him back to the phone
By
calls.
responding, I mean go to the place.
Well, it got cold and it got rained. I'm not going to go over there and rip off his siding and stuff in the rain. Again, it's going to.
Are you communicating that to him? Because I don't think you are. Are you actually saying it's too cold? Today's
No,
not
I
a
did
good
not
day.
say
I'll do it
that.
tomorrow. Were you busy with other work?
I did have work, yes, and then it got cold, and then I went on vacation.
Okay. When did you do the repair yourself, quote unquote?
Probably about a week ago,
When did you file the lawsuit?
February 25th.
Okay, he filed the lawsuit against you on February 25th. That's a lot of time between December 18th and February 25th for you to get back there and attend to the issue and try to see what it is you could do to fix it.
After the second time he threatened me with taking me to court, at that time, there was no more talking to him. I was getting frustrated as well, and I didn't want to do.
And when was that?
When was that? It was the end of January.
How long were you in Mexico?
I was only gone for a week. But
But then wait a second. If you're only gone for a week, then where's all that time before you leave that you could fix it?
it was cold and it snowed and it rained.
But you're doing other work, right?
No, I wasn't doing
You're not
that.
a dancer. You're doing other roofs.
That's
So
definitely
what'd you do? You
enough.
did nothing all of January?
Most of January, I did nothing.
So does the contractor have a duty to at least go over and look at the customer's complaint?
Yes, he has the right to go back and look at the job.
Does he have a duty to look at it?
Yes, he has the duty.
You think so? Does he have a duty, or can you just say, hey, I did the job, I'm done?
Yeah, he has a duty because he got paid to do it, so he should at least go see what's wrong.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
Then you could have placed phone calls because you were free.
Yeah, you got a point
Yeah.
there.
Here's how I feel about it. You did a job and the job didn't work. And the job may have just needed a little more attention.
And I was
which
gonna
you
go
did.
back.
No. There's
I
no,
was.
I'm willing. No, you need to stop.
Okay.
There's no more, I'm willing to go back. When I see a guy who runs to court the next day, I'm with you. You were willing to go back, he didn't give you time. But the repair was December 18th, and the lawsuit's not even filed until February 25th. That's a long time for you to go back where you're telling me, well, it rained, it was cold, I didn't call him. That's just too long. I am ruling in favor of the plaintiff, not for the amount he's suing for, because he can't prove to me that there's magically $1,700, $1,400 that you have to pay for because you didn't go back. You're completely unable to show me how whatever negligence he exhibited, that cost a difference of $1,455 since you have no pictures of anything beforehand, and that is the essence of what you're suing on. All right? And that's the reason why you're not getting that sum. But I am ordering you to repay the $300 verdict for the plaintiff.
Mr. Williams, step over here. Didn't go too well for you today, did it?
Well, I didn't get to speak as much as I wanted to speak.
What would you
know,
have said had you had the opportunity?
The leak was there prior to me being there, and I don't warranty my repair work.
Why not? Why not?
Because it's not a job that I did originally. I didn't do the roof originally. So the roofer should have done that, came back to do it originally roof.
So you surprised you lost here in court today?
Kind of, yes.
I mean,
Yes.
does this happen often for you?
No, never been to court, never been sued before.
Well, welcome to court. Why'd you bring your friend? He didn't have anything to do with this.
No, just the moral support, just somebody, to stand behind me, that's all.
Make you feel better?
Yeah.
All right,
It's
very
all
good.
Thank
You
you.
have some documents to sign outside?
Okay.
Go right ahead. Well, Mr. Mateo, how are you? You know, you were trying to point out something to the judge before she issued her verdict. I think it was what you were talking about here at the end. What have you learned about trusting people from this experience?
Not to trust anybody. The judge doesn't trust anybody. She takes pictures before she has any work done. I've never done that. You know, usually when I hire a contractor, I'm assuming they're going to come out and fix it. And if they have a problem, they'll correct it.
Well, that's what you said.
That isn't what happened.
Obviously, this is a tough experience for you.
The other thing is, the judge said, I can't get any compensation for the ceiling.
That's her decision,
Well, yeah,
You
I
didn't have the proof.
understand that.
Right. Listen,
I understand
thank
that,
you very
but
much. I wish I could help you, but that's it. Tough experience today. You have some documents to sign. Thank you. Now, let's see what Harvey thinks about this.
Okay, we talk about this a lot. You're crazy if you hire somebody and you pay them all of it up front before they come over and do the job. You gotta leave it dangling a little bit so that they have an incentive to come over and do the job right. Maybe 50% to me is the max you should pay. You shouldn't pay any more. You do not want to disincentivize somebody from doing it right.